Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. It is Saturday, March 7th, 2026. How are you doing today, Lisa?
Oh my gosh, Emily, do not even get me started. My bus this morning was absolutely packed, like sardines in a can level packed.
Oh no! Was it one of those where you can barely breathe?
Yes, and someone's elbow was literally in my face the entire ride. Please, sir, personal space.
You poor thing. Well, at least you made it here. We have a really fun show today to cheer you up.
Oh, good. I need it. What do we have?
First up, a cruise ship got the most incredible welcome in Shanghai with a massive drone light show. Then, Southwest Airlines is causing chaos on Hawaii flights with overnight rule changes. And finally, Nike and Veneda Carter just dropped a gorgeous new sneaker.
Drones, drama, and sneakers. The perfect Saturday menu.
And if you are new here, welcome. Every day, we take real-world news and turn it into a casual cafe chat, so you can practice your English naturally. 10 minutes a day, perfect for listening and shadowing. Hit that subscribe button and join us.
We are so happy you are here.
Now, today's keyword is Brouhaha.
Brouhaha. That sounds like a fancy coffee drink. I will have one Brouhaha with oat milk, please.
Great name for a drink, but no, it is not a coffee. Try again.
Is it like a big fuss about something?
You got it. A brouhaha is a noisy, overexcited reaction or dispute. Keep an ear out for which story it fits best. Let's start with our first story. Picture this. A massive cruise ship pulls into Shanghai, and the city rolls out a red carpet with drones.
A drone welcome? They threw a whole light show for a ship? That is amazing!
Holland America Line's Westerdam docked at Shanghai's Wusungkou International Cruise Terminal on February 25th, and the Shanghai Tourism Bureau put on this spectacular drone show over the Huangpu River.
Oh my gosh, what did the drones make? Like shapes and pictures?
They formed the Chinese character for fortune, Fu, and the zodiac horse. Hundreds of drones lighting up the night sky over the river. That is so cool. I have seen drone show videos online, and they always blow my mind. Imagine seeing one live from the deck of a cruise ship. And down on the pier, they also had traditional lion dances to welcome the passengers. Lion dances, too? That is the most extra welcome I have ever heard of. When I arrive somewhere, I'm lucky if someone holds the door for me. Here's the interesting part. The Westerdam was carrying nearly 2,000 passengers, mostly from Europe and North America.
2,000 passengers? That's like a small town floating on the ocean.
They arrived from Jeju Island, South Korea, as part of a grand Asia voyage. And the timing was big because China had just expanded its 15-day visa-free transit policy on February 17th.
So this was one of the first real tests of that new policy?
Exactly. A Shanghai border checkpoint spokesperson said the arrival was a positive signal and that they had streamlined procedures for cruise arrivals.
Smart. Make it easy for tourists to come in, wow them with a drone show, and they tell all their friends.
The Westerdam stayed for 2 days, so passengers had plenty of time to explore Shanghai.
2 days in Shanghai? I would eat my way through the entire city. Soup dumplings, pan-fried buns, everything.
I knew food would come up, but honestly, it's a really exciting development for international cruise tourism in China. Moving on to our second story, and this is where our key word fits perfectly. Southwest Airlines is causing a major brouhaha on Hawaii flights.
Oh no! What happened? I love Southwest.
Southwest was famous for 50 years for open seating. No assigned seats, just find a spot and sit down.
Right, that was their whole thing. You board and pick whatever seat you want. It was kind of exciting, like a little game.
Well, that game is officially over. They switched to assigned seating, and the enforcement is incredibly strict. On a recent Honolulu flight, a gate agent walked down the aisle with a seating manifest, checking every single passenger.
They walked down the aisle checking tickets one by one?
Yes. And the flight was only half full, entire rows completely empty. But passengers who moved from their middle seat to an open window seat were told to go back.
Are you kidding me? Half empty and you cannot sit in an empty window seat? That is wild.
It sounds extreme, but there is a reason they went so strict. Have you heard of the Jetway Jesus problem?
The what?
Before the change, people would request wheelchair assistance at the gate to get priority boarding and grab the best seats. Then, when the plane landed, they just walked off totally fine.
No way! People actually did that?
On some Hawaii flights, they counted 15 or more wheelchairs at the gate. Now, with assigned seating, that number dropped to 1 or 2.
So the wheelchair abuse part got fixed. That is actually a good thing.
It is, but the bigger picture is complicated. This transformation was pushed by activist investor Elliott Management, who took a $1.9 billion position in Southwest.
$1.9 billion. That is a lot of money to tell an airline how to run things.
And the flight attendant union is really upset. They say changes are rolling out without considering the crew. Flight attendants aren't even paid for boarding time under their current contract.
That's tough. The crew is stressed, passengers are confused, everybody is just unhappy.
That sums it up, a classic brouhaha. Finally, our third topic is a fresh sneaker drop. Nike and designer Veneda Carter just revealed the Air Max Muse in a new colorway called Racer Blue.
Ooh, new Nikes? Show me, show me.
I love a good sneaker moment. Veneda Carter is this incredibly talented stylist and designer. This is her second colorway for the Air Max Muse collab, and she pulled inspiration from the Nike archives.
The Nike archives? Like a whole library of old sneakers?
Exactly. The Department of Nike Archives has decades of designs. Veneda looked at classic 1990s running shoes with shiny materials and bright color palettes.
90s running shoes. I love that retro aesthetic. Everything from the 90s is coming back.
And this shoe blends that retro vibe with a modern, futuristic silhouette. The Air Max Muse has softly exaggerated proportions with a heightened arch that shows off the Air technology in the heel.
So chunky, futuristic, and super eye-catching?
Exactly. Glossy racer blue highlights against a muted base with a dimpled pattern, plus a metallic silver swoosh that just pops.
Metallic silver? That sounds gorgeous, like a shoe from a sci-fi movie.
And, here's a fun detail, it has a special jewel swoosh pendant attached, like a little piece of jewelry on your sneaker.
A jewel pendant on a sneaker? That is so fancy. I love that kind of detail.
It is $170, dropping exclusively on Veneda Carter's website March 6th, then global on Nike SNKRS, and select retailers March 13th.
$170. A bit of a splurge, but for a collab like that, it feels worth it.
It is limited, so if you want them, act fast on that March 6th drop.
Oh, I am setting an alarm. Racer Blue is going straight into my collection.
I had a feeling you would say that. Those drone formations over the Huangpu River are still in my head. What a Saturday show. Seriously, drones, airline drama, and sneaker goals. I loved every bit of it. To recap, Shanghai welcomed a cruise ship with a breathtaking drone light show and lion dances. Southwest caused a brouhaha with strict new seating enforcement on Hawaii flights. And Nike and Veneda Carter are dropping the Air Max Muse in Racer Blue.
All amazing. Now let us talk about that keyword.
The key word was brouhaha, a noisy, overexcited reaction or dispute. It comes from French and perfectly describes the Southwest situation. The overnight rule change caused a real brouhaha among passengers and crew.
I love that word. I'm using it all the time now. My bus this morning was a total brouhaha.
That actually works perfectly. Now, today's question. If a cruise ship came to your city, what kind of welcome show would you want?
Easy. A drone show that spells out welcome in every language and a giant pizza formation because nothing says welcome like pizza.
Only you, Lisa. Let us know your answer in the comments. Drones, fireworks, music, or something totally different. We would love to hear your ideas.
Yes, tell us. And hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.
We'll be back tomorrow with more stories. See you then, everyone.
Bye, everyone. I'm going to check if those racer blues are available for pre-order. See you tomorrow.